Hello, you're watching News Mongolia and MNB World. I'm your host, Ayundalgar Vasanho. Our top stories: 2,308 cases, 5 additional deaths reported. Handover of the 25th kindergarten new building held on July 9th. Durumbayır and Kholang were chosen as flag bearers of the Mongolian team in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. For other news, stay tuned. (2,308 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed nationwide, and 5 more people have died in the past 24 hours, the Ministry of Health reports.
As of today, 2,308 new cases were confirmed after taking tests from over 12,500 patients, bringing the total number of COVID-19 cases in Mongolia to 134,270. Within the past 24 hours, 2,673 more patients have recovered. Unfortunately, 5 more people died due to COVID-19 complications. Out of today's cases, 1 is hospital-acquired. 1,367 cases were confirmed in Ulaanbaatar and 940 were confirmed in the provinces, with most cases confirmed in Darkhanol, Urhanga, Bayankhongor, and other provinces. Yesterday, 5,888 people got vaccinated, and the total number of people who received the first dose of a COVID-19 vaccine is 2.1 million, out of whom 1.78 million have received the second dose of a vaccine. Health officials warn the public to take precautionary measures seriously during the holidays ahead to protect themselves as well as their beloved ones.
Handover of the 25th kindergarten new building held on July 9th. The kindergarten was rebuilt with the support of the United Arab Emirates government. The ceremony was attended by Third Secretary of the UAE Embassy in Mongolia, Member of Parliament Tohtbatar, and other officials.
The Embassy of the United Arab Emirates in Mongolia has resolved the investment issue and demolished the old building of kindergarten number 25 and have built a new one. The kindergarten has a new basement floor that meets modern standards. Also, the capacity has been increased, making it possible to receive up to 240 children. Maktoum Rashid Said Olaivi Al-Habsi, Third Secretary of the United Arab Emirates Embassy in Ulaanbaatar, and Tohtbatar Member of Parliament, and other officials attended the ceremony.
With the Emirates, we've been enjoying very good, productive relationship. One of the first, projects, big, impactful projects that we implemented on a bilateral basis is the hydropower plant in the Gobi Altai Aimek. And now this hydropower plant has changed the microclimate out in the region, and it's providing electricity to very far remote areas of Mongolia. And it's not just kindergarten, it's, every kindergarten is an integral part of our early education of children. So from this perspective, again, it's a very impactful project. Now, this is 25th kindergarten in Sukhpatar district, and this is the 25th anniversary of Mongolia, United Arab Emirates diplomatic relationship. So it's also very symbolic, So therefore, our choice should be always on strengthening friendship, mutual understanding, dialogue. And this is an example of how fruitful friendship can be.
Also, the United Arab Emirates government has helped to build some 100 children kindergartens in Khinti and Darngol provinces, respectively. Mongolia and the United Arab Emirates established diplomatic relations in 1996, and friendly relations and cooperation between the two countries have been expanding year by year. The trade turnover between United Arab Emirates and Mongolia is $3.8 million, and the United Arab Emirates investment in Mongolia since 2011 has been $15.1 million, but these figures have been increasing in recent years. The United Arab Emirates provides a $13 million soft loan for the construction of the Taisher hydropower plant. The government has also provided $1 million each to fight environmental pollution and protect birds, as well as modern medical equipment for the Barnur District Health Center and computers at some schools in Ulaanbaatar city. A total of more than $350,000 was provided for the supply of water treatment equipment and the renovation of the children's reading room at the Natsagdor Central Library in Ulaanbaatar city. The United Arab Emirates opens its embassy in Ulaanbaatar in 2016. The Parliament of Mongolia decided to open the Embassy of Mongolia in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, on October 11, 2019.
A plan to boost Mongolia's economic and social development in 3 directions was launched. According to the plan, 263 projects will be implemented within a total budget of 10 trillion Mongolian tugriks. The development plan, which has been developed for the year 2022, comprises 6 groups such as human development, economy, governance, and green development. In the past, the Ministry of Finance launched a program to improve the economy every year. For the first time, the National Development Agency plans to develop the country in 1 year. The plan is aimed at overcoming the social and economic hardships due to the pandemic before anything else, while also focusing on projects to be implemented in the capital and rural areas. The budget for the plan is estimated to be around 10 trillion Mongolian tugriks.
The plan mainly focuses on projects in the health and education sectors. Certain factors are limiting economic growth in our country. What hinders economic development the most is regarded to be infrastructure, logistics, and energy sector issues. Thus, the solutions to these issues have come into sharp focus in our plan. They can be resolved if we try to deal with them on an annual basis. We cannot keep the tradition of attempting to address these big issues only before elections.
To develop the next year's plan, projects and activities conducted in 2020 were evaluated. Last year, 127 activities were planned, which achieved a success rate of 75%. The plan to develop the country until 2023 has been devised following next year's budget expectations and the 10 trillion Mongolian tugriks budget to plan boost employment. The plan to develop the country until 2023 has been devised following next year's budget expectations and the 10 trillion Mongolian tugrik budget plan to boost employment. The funding of the plan is said to be achieved by the state budget as well as foreign loans and grants. Also, it was said that economically inefficient projects have to stop being funded, as there are lots of other projects that are seen as highly promising in solving poverty and unemployment.
Parliament approved the law on the year-long plan, but it was also stated not to put an excess burden on the 2022 state budget. A concession agreement between public and private entities was made in order not to cause any additional burden on the budget due to the year-long plan. Like this, there are lots of other complex aspects to be addressed in implementing the plan.
Studies show that the rate of nationwide COVID-19 vaccination, potential virus variants, price fluctuations of the main mineral exports, and sudden climate change are perceived as potential threats to the implementation of the next year's plan. They say that the development plan was devised after studying the threats and risks, and now the projects of building new power plants, power cables, and power distribution centers in 10 provinces have met with an 80% success rate. As a result, the quality of life of citizens has improved, and 7 SUMs and 23 bugs were connected to fiber optic cables, allowing them to get connected to high-speed internet. Additionally, considerable progress is said to have been made in the health and education sectors. During the meeting of the sub-working group to prepare for the Olympic Games, judoka Durunbayar and basketball player Hollung were selected as the flag bearers of the Mongolian team to participate in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics based on proposals submitted by sports associations.
The International Olympic Committee has a policy of ensuring gender equality and increasing the role of women in sports and the Olympic movement. In accordance with the policy, male and female athletes were selected as the team's flag bearers. Durunbayar was born in 1994 and he will represent Mongolia in judo in the plus 100 kg weight category. He's a bronze medalist of the World Judo Championships, double bronze medalist of the Asian Games, bronze medalist of the Asian Championships, and gold medal of the World Army Championships. He's one of the best heavyweight judokas in Mongolia. Hollung was born in 1999 and is the youngest basketball player graduated from the National University of Mongolia. a member of the 5th place team at the Under-23 3x3 World Cup, and she is currently ranked 70th in the world and 11th in the Under-23 rankings. A ceremony to pay tribute to the Mongolian team participating in the Olympic Games and hand over the national flag will be held at the Government Palace on Friday. The Mongolian national team leader and flag bearers will receive the national flag from President Khursuhokhna, according to the Mongolian National Olympic Committee.
Now here's the weather forecast for major cities around the world. Well, that's all for today. Many thanks for staying with us on News Mongolia. See you next week with more stories and updates. Please follow MNB World on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.